Friends, all of us are aware that few days ago, Robos have this first press conference on the platform of ITU, and it was AI for Good Global Summit. Some of the questions answered by Robos were very surprising and threatening at the same time. Just let me brief you about the participants in that particular press conference. Though all the nine participants were supposed to answer few questions, some or other, but only few and mostly Sophia answered the queries from the reporters. Geminoid, Grace, Dimona, Ida, Sophia, Amika, Nadine were few participants. The very first question asked to the Robos community collectively, and which was answered by Nadine and Sophia, that how they perceive themselves on backdrop of political leaders or current leaders in the world. What is their opinion? The most surprising answer was that humans have some tendencies, jealousies, emotions, etc., and due to which global leaders have taken disastrous decisions in last so many years, and due to emotions or convictions which individuals or human beings have, which I think robots lack. Their answer was very startling that robots can govern the world better than the present leaders of the world. Aren't you surprised? Friends, this answer to me was a shocking answer, and it shows the rude behavior or the overconfidence robots or AI driven all these particular mechanisms have gathered. Many of you might be knowing the Hindu mythology story regarding Bhasmasur. Those who are not aware about the same, let me tell it in very short. Bhasmasur was a demon, but who praised God and got blessings or this particular power from the God, that on whoever's head he will keep his hand, that particular person will die down. So he got that particular power from the God, that on any person on the earth, he keeps his hand on that particular head of that particular person will die. So he misused that particular power which was given to him by the God for the better of humanity. And due to that particular misuse, God realized, or in a way, the creator of human being realized his mistake, and he devised a good mechanism, some answer to this particular problem, and he took one of the avatars, and by which that particular Bhasmasur was made to keep his own hand on his head, and He forgotten about the power his hand had of killing or bhasma, means entirely burning that particular thing. He put his hand on his head and he died down. For this particular answer of the Robos, I want to make them aware that if they become so confident or overconfident about the powers of their creators, the human beings or their creators who are human beings will waste no time to repeat the story of Bhasmasur. So, this particular overconfidence has some sense of arrogance into it because the answer was, since AI driven robots don't have any emotions, they can't be biased. I don't think those of you who are listening this particular webinar or this particular video will ever agree with these particular statements, and these statements cannot be ruled out so without any resistance. These are not casual remarks because most of the world is now running after artificial intelligence as the ultimate solution which technology has provided for the betterment of human being. And this sort of arrogance from these particular robots will drive humanity to literally ashes. So the first question which set the tone of this particular press conference was related to how these robots seize their powers, and the answer to that, which I explained in a brief, was not or is not acceptable to at least few members of this particular legal and other technical fraternity, because we still believe that human being is the brilliant person on the earth. To one of the questions, whether the whole generation should be afraid of these particular robots or the capabilities they have, their answer was no, because the entire activities of robots can be viewed by the acts they are doing. There are many robots who are assisting some difficult tasks. So there is no fear to humanity. Yes, we indeed agree that there are some areas where robots can be of immense help, but currently I don't believe that there is a situation where these robots can think that they can overpower human being. To another question, whether AI is becoming more powerful than human, and can human trust AI? Now this answer was, whether it was AI driven or politically driven, I don't know. But the answer was, trust is earned and not given. So, very diplomatic answer that these robots think that they will earn trust of human beings, and trust is never sought, trust is never gathered. So, people will trust these particular robots. Yes, indeed, people will trust these particular robots provided they restrict themselves into their domain. if they don't interfere in human domain, then and then only human will trust robots. No human will like interference of any robots in his privacy. And if robots invade that particular privacy, then how robots are going to earn trust? Another question was how problems of poverty and inequality can be solved on the earth. The answer was invest in education and infrastructure. Yes, indeed, very good answer, very suggestive one. That unless people get educated, people won't move from the poverty. So, education is basic. Another question, and which is hounding many of the young generation, is whether existence of these robots or AI driven technologies will destroy millions of jobs. And the answer was again typically a diplomatic answer that no, another millions of jobs will be created. Now, I am unable to understand how millions of jobs can be created by infusion of robots in lot many activities. Why AI got popularity? Because AI helps in fast processing of data, which is not possible to human being. So if data processing, data gathering, data collection, data analysis is the key element in any business activity, business strategy right now, and robots have invaded into that particular domain, how people will get those jobs? Just take example of any sector, say stock market. Previously, there were research analysts who used to carry out various research, testify the authenticity, and then provide their views. Now, here what will happen? Previously, if 100 people were able to carry out that particular activity in 1 month, in present situation, with huge data at their disposal, any single robot can come up with that particular analysis within say 10 or 15 minutes, maximum 1 hour. So 100 people's 1 month job, if can be done within say 10, 15, 20 minutes by a single robot, how they are going to create new jobs? Yes, we have to think this particular situation seriously. Friends, my foremost intention of this particular video was making you aware that such press conferences by robots is not a myth and has turned into reality. Few of you may have gone through that particular press conference. It was a 45 minutes press conference. You have your own mind to draw your own conclusions. My only sincere request is those of you who haven't gave a serious thought about the views expressed by robots about human beings, because you and me are human beings, we are not robots. So is it in conflict of humanity? Are those answers offending to humanity? And we as a human being do have any rights if we are the creators of these AI driven robots? We must hold the final word, final authority. And hence, the last request is we must find some solution, some regulations for these AI developments. This particular AI space is mostly unregulated, and unregulated activities always lead to chaos. As a legal professional working in this space for say last a decade, what I foresee is lack of interest of legal fraternity into finding the solutions for the future problems is hampering entire society, and we as a lawyer community must take this particular responsibility on our shoulders. Hope you like this particular views. Do like and share this particular video, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel, that is Cyber Law by Advocate Dr Mahendra Limaye. Do share your comments, and you can get back to me on Mahendra Limaye @ yahoo.com or 9422 109 619. Thank you.